This is Nightline. Tonight, teen hitmen. A disturbing and growing trend. Assassinations carried out by teenagers treated like a video game.
They don't call it a hit, but they call it like a mission or a challenge.
Families left reeling.
Why him? Why his friends? Is there something that I don't know?
The terrifying places teens are being recruited to commit these crimes.
We see kids from 13, 14, 15 years old doing contract killings, doing abductions, doing kidnappings, doing bombings.
Plus,
Are they people?
are aliens among us?
No.
Steven Spielberg teaming up with Hollywood heavyweights in a new sci-fi thriller.
This is it. They're here.
Are you all skeptics or are you
Believe
I'm
it.
a believer. We're full
Believe
believers.
it.
Yeah.
How star Emily Blunt went from fashion in The Devil Wears Prada sequel
Am I having a hallucination?
Hi, Emily.
to full extraterrestrial.
Today's. Steven and I, we would send each other voice notes of like clicks.
And go sports. From World Cup fever to the Stanley Cup Finals and the dramatic NBA Championship Series. Why Americans can't get enough of all the action. From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sophie Flay. Tonight, the new trend so shocking it sounds unreal. Assassinations or hits carried out by teenagers, hired by criminal organizations and then discarded, bringing terror and heartache to families. The terrifying place where they're being recruited. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky.
While this may look like something right out of a video game, authorities say these are actual assassinations carried out by teenagers and part of a growing and terrifying phenomenon.
It's still hard to believe. Sometimes I feel like I'm dreaming, like a nightmare.
At 16 years old, Annalie Berg's son Rio was planning for a bright future.
Our beloved son, big brother, and spreader of joy. He was.
A passionate soccer player, studying economics and law, even volunteering with a youth violence prevention program in Stockholm, Sweden.
He loved to live life. He saw the good in people. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Heading home from the gym with friends, a hooded stranger emerged, pulled a gun, and opened fire. Rio was shot and killed, one of his friends injured.
Why, who, what's the reason for this? Why him? Why his friends? Is there something that I don't know? Then we found out that I knew everything. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
His tragic death an alarming and growing reality in Europe.
Violence as a service.
Gamification. They don't call it a hit, but they call it like a mission or a challenge.
Rio's fatal shooting was actually a botched murder for hire. Worse, the gunman was another 16-year-old, just like him.
When the children commit the crime, they throw them away and they recruit new ones.
Europol, the European Union's police agency, says criminal organizations recruiting teens to do their dirty work is now one of their biggest concerns.
A 13-year-old carrying out a contract killing almost seems unbelievable.
We see kids from 13, 14, 15 years old doing contract killings, doing abductions, doing kidnappings, doing bombings.
These shocking events are becoming so widespread, there's a dedicated Europol team trying to get a grip on what they're calling violence as a service.
The recruitment is taking place online. It's taking place on social media, on gaming platforms. And in Europe, this is not one organized crime group or one country. This is spreading like wildfire.
Should we really be worried about this? This is happening in Europe. Is it going to happen here?
It is happening here.
These disturbing videos, obtained exclusively by ABC News, show child foot soldiers, victims of these nefarious networks, becoming criminals themselves.
They do not have any criminal records, so they're hard to detect. These kids are vulnerable, they can be manipulated, they're very cheap, and they're expendable.
Are these kids desperate, or are they just ordinary kids on gaming sites like every other kid would be.
Yeah, they recruit kids basically from all communities, from all layers of society. They just make it as attractive as possible for these kids. They do it in the right language, with slang, with emoticons. They use influencer-style videos, to glorify this lifestyle. This one-on-one grooming starts. If that doesn't work, they try to force them in. And then this kid, at the end, he says yes. Yes.
Here's how authorities say it works. One person commissions the crime. Another acts as a recruiter, scouring online platforms for young recruits. And a third provides the weapon, details, and most importantly, payment. And the young hitman, now armed, commits the crime.
The kids do the dirty work for them, and then they just throw them away like garbage. They don't care about them. They say that they care about them when they start grooming them, but they do not.
Her son's attacker was recruited by other teens who said they were working for a drug trafficking network. Investigators say the gang supplied the weapon, the target, the orders, even the getaway taxi. Police arrested the teen shooter less than an hour after the crime, just a few hundred feet away. Investigators say the gun was still in his jacket. The boy told police Rio was not the intended victim.
He didn't say who he was supposed to kill. The only thing he admitted was that it was the wrong people and that he did it for money because he was in debt, and if he didn't pay the debt, they would kill his family and his mom.
The young gunman was convicted of murder and sentenced to 9.5 years in prison. Authorities have yet to identify the mastermind who ordered the hit.
I still have moments when I'm like, please tell me it's not true, like please come back. I would ask him, was it worth it to take another boy's life that has his whole life in front of him for money?
Europol has made nearly 300 arrests in 11 countries, what authorities say is just the tip of the iceberg.
Criminal networks have no borders. Criminal networks have no standards. They have no laws to obey. When we look at the environment they are operating in, also the digital environment is borderless.
We are seeing terrorist groups not recruit people to join their organization, but paying people to go out and commit mass murder. So this is the reality of today. And while the internet and social media and these technologies have brought great value to our society, we shouldn't underestimate how they're being leveraged by the criminal element as well.
The FBI said it's investigating more than 450 subjects tied to violent online networks, saying the Bureau remains concerned about these loose networks of violent predators who befriend minors and other vulnerable individuals through popular online platforms. One of the largest providers, Roblox, is now working with Europol to create an easy way for its users to contact police and a game to teach kids about the dangers lurking online.
They recruit kids basically from all communities, from all layers of society. Basically, it's kids that are online. And as you know, all kids are online now.
In a statement to ABC News, Roblox said they use multiple layers of protection, including teams that monitor for critical harms. Annalie hopes sharing her son's story will encourage more parents to talk with their kids about what they do online.
It can happen to anybody, unfortunately. I was really involved with my kids' life. I knew their friends, families. We lived in a good area, in a good neighborhood, but it didn't matter in the end. We have to be present in our kids' lives. We have to protect them. It's our job.
Our thanks to Erin. And now, a look ahead at tomorrow's show. Hooters is back inside the reboot of the sexy and sometimes controversial restaurant chain.
Hi, welcome to Hooters!
And when we come back, we're with Oscar-nominated actress Emily Blunt, trading the super fashionable for the supernatural in a new movie from Steven Spielberg. The cast dishing on whether they think there's life out there.
Believers.
I'm a believer. We're full believers.
All three of you believers?
100%, yeah.
Welcome back. Are we alone in the universe? That age-old question is at the heart of Steven Spielberg's new nail-biting thriller, Disclosure Day. The sci-fi film, led by a powerhouse cast, asks the big questions while doing what Spielberg does best, bringing the supernatural magic to the big screen. Stars Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, and Josh O'Connor sat down with ABC's Linsey Davis.
Why would he make such a vast universe, yet save it only for us?
Are you all skeptics or are you
Believers.
I'm a believer. We're full believers.
all
Yeah.
three of you believers?
100%, yeah.
From the awe-inspiring Close Encounters of the Third Kind to the optimism of the beloved E.T., the extraterrestrial.
I'll be right here.
Director Steven Spielberg continues to redefine modern sci-fi as wonder over fear. And for decades, he's reimagined on screen how we perceive first contact with life beyond Earth.
Are they people?
No.
Now Spielberg's latest film, Disclosure Day, enters that legacy, asking not just if we're alone, but who's in control of us knowing.
You know, this thing that's happening, it's not coming from me. It's like I'm just a passenger. Let's take a look.
Emily Blunt is at the center as a Kansas City meteorologist turned supernatural prophet, worlds away from her razor-sharp precision in The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh, I'm sorry, do you have some prior commitment? Some hideous skirt convention you have to go to?
And controlled emotional depth in Oppenheimer.
It's your question. It's not properly phrased.
Extraterrestrial movies really have been beloved throughout cinematic history. How is Disclosure Day different?
It is this life or death chase thriller, but at its heart, I think it's asking very profound questions about humanity's place in the universe.
Asking those questions is Coleman Domingo, a whistleblower from a top-secret government agency protecting alien secrets. And Josh O'Connor serves as a rebellious cybersecurity expert whose belief in life beyond seemingly extends off-screen.
What makes you believe?
It would be absurd to think that we are alone in this universe. There's almost a lack of humility not to acknowledge that.
And also it would be an arrogant thing to assume we are by far the most supreme beings out there.
Yeah.
How about you, Coleman?
Listen, I think the film, it opens us up to the possibility that there's something that actually unites us. We have all these constructs that separate us with race, with religion, with politics, you name it, and suddenly that would have to go away because there's something else that's bigger than all of us that we're inviting in. And perhaps, I feel like maybe that's what the film is saying right now. What if we needed that to happen right now?
To evolve.
To evolve and really examine each other's humanity a bit deeper and closer.
Domingo brings an innate gravitas to his roles as a grounding former addict in Euphoria that won him an Emmy.
But luckily, you aren't the only person on planet Earth who has this disease. There happens to be people like me who understand that you aren't all that bad.
To his recent back-to-back Oscar nominations for Rustin.
A massive two-day demonstration with enough power to shut down the White House and Capitol Hill, made up of angelic troublemakers such as yourselves.
And Sing Sing.
It's been a program that was established to help the population with management skills. And it's turned into something a bit more, wonderful.
How much of Hugh is just a truth seeker?
Maybe it's part of who I am. I think that's why sort of the roles seek me and the filmmakers seek me to be a part of these stories in some way. And I'm really glad that Steven Spielberg thought that I'd be useful. He said, see if you see yourself in this character. I did see myself, and I thought I had something to give.
The film conveys a message of hope and unity.
New York. Не знаю, может быть, нам стоит там попробовать, или в Chicago.
Where did you learn?
Blunt's character has the uncanny ability to read people's minds and speak their languages fluently without realizing it.
Ума не приложу, что нам делать, Джексон, правда.
Stop it, stop!
You also had to learn at least a few lines of several languages. How many languages?
It was Korean and Russian and alien.
And so was that alien? Was that really you? The tongue click?
Yeah, but we did it. It wasn't like I did all of those sounds at once layered. I mean, I did them separately, but Stephen and I, it was actually before we even worked together day one, we would send each other voice notes of like clicks.
Oh, like different options of how it might sound.
He would say, you know, I kind of want it to sound rather mathematical, almost like Morse-like, and then teamed with, I did hums for him, I did weird consonants, I sang like Barry White, I did like very strange.
I would really love it if the alien sounded like Barry White.
That would be so great.
Though he doesn't speak alien, Josh O'Connor has his own on-screen transformation, from a breakout role as a vulnerable Prince Charles in The Crown to a magnetic bad boy in Challengers.
But imagine if you could turn Patrick Zweig into a guy who wins a slam. You still have a season.
To an everyman hero in Disclosure Day.
I was a part of all that until I saw what you just saw. This all stops. Now.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure. To the whole world. All at once.
Coleman, you have described of Josh's performance that it was divine. What was it about Josh's performance that struck you?
Oh man, I think he's just such
Josh is going to vaporize.
He's going to vaporize right now, as we say. He's such a beautiful actor, and he's playing such an everyman that I think is so beautiful, and especially paired with Emily as well.
You have this crazy action scene.
Oh my God. Who is it?
Boy, stop!
Was that just all in front of a green screen, or?
No.
So you're.
No, we shot it in different locations. I think it all took about 2 weeks-ish. But we shot the scene in the car where we're rear-ended and actually pushed over a railway line. That was in one location.
I was in Jersey.
They definitely had the stunt doubles do the wide shots, so, you know.
Yeah.
I won't take
Speak for yourself. Actually, they're definitely for both of us.
What was the biggest challenge?
Honestly, the biggest challenge was jumping from the car into Josh's outreached hand in the hopes that he'd catch me, number one. Come on, Tom Cruise.
And he did.
And he did.
I did in the take they used.
Our thanks to Linsey. Disclosure Day is in theaters now. When we come back, World Cup soccer, NBA Finals fever, Stanley Cup showdown, why it suddenly seems like everyone's a sports fan. Finally, sports fever from sea to shining sea. It's tonight's Nightlight. The FIFA World Cup opening ceremony today in Mexico City, featuring a high-energy performance of Die Die from Shakira and Burna Boy, the Cup's official song. Kicking off the huge event spanning Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. And joining the Stanley Cup final and NBA finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs.
Brunson gets it, fires up a three.
To create a trifecta of sports fever seemingly everywhere.
Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks!
With celebrities like Taylor Swift, Spike Lee, and Timothée Chalamet showing their team spirit. And you can catch the NBA and NHL finals right here on ABC. That's Nightline. You can watch all of our full episodes on Disney Plus and Hulu. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.